Am I overreacting to what my boyfriend's now former best friend said about me, causing them to lose their friendship? Hello, thank you for reading this in advance because this is going to be a pretty long post. Also, I'm sorry if everything feels very out of order. I'm still pretty upset about all of this and I'm just jotting down as much info as I can remember. For some more context, I am 18 female, my boyfriend is 19 male, and W is also 19 male. My boyfriend has this best friend, let's call him W. W is part of my boyfriend's friend group. W has been my boyfriend's best friend for around 2 to 3 years, and we have been dating for 8 to 9 months. W has stated on multiple occasions that he doesn't like me in group chats, not to my face, in multiple group chats that I'm not in. He has never said why and never elaborated. I have never interacted or spoken with W in my life. A few days ago, my boyfriend and I were going to play a game, and he told his friend group this. One of the guys in that friend group said that they also wanted to play and asked if we could all play together. Immediately said, she doesn't like us because we don't like her, so it's all goods. I got really upset at this because why is someone who doesn't know me at all speaking for me and why is he extending his opinion on me onto them? I do not dislike any of them. I barely know the people in the group chat enough to have an opinion on them and some of the people I'm actually friends with. I also would have loved to play with them on this game. I told my boyfriend and my boyfriend also felt it was pretty weird and sent a kind message giving him a heads up. The message is basically just, hey, I know you probably don't have malicious intent, but please stop verbally saying you don't like my girlfriend and implying the entire group doesn't either, as it's making me and her both uncomfortable. W responded around 10 minutes later and gave my boyfriend a full explanation to why he doesn't like me and then ended it with since we barely don't talk, I don't feel the need to keep you at it and unadded him on every social media platform. W's response was he thinks I'm a bad person and doesn't like me because I had a talking stage before my boyfriend and he thinks I ditched this talking stage for my current boyfriend, implying I was cheating and moved on too fast. Because I keep rejecting their invites to play with them and also I was rude. Because when my boyfriend traveled to come and see me, we are long distance pretty often, I couldn't go see him, and that he also does not care what excuse I had for not going to see him. W also thinks my boyfriend has been neglecting their friend group since he met me. First of all, the talking stage I had with the boy he's talking about was horrible. This boy would just decide to not talk to me for 12 to 14 hours straight every 3 days and would talk to everyone else normally. And if I tried to talk to him, he would be super dry. And at the end of each of those days, he would text me and tell me how he's been thinking about us, and I would need to reassure him. I stopped being emotionally invested in that relationship after 3 weeks, and the entire thing was 1 month total. Me and my boyfriend got together around 2 months later. Second of all, I was going through one of the worst periods of my life with my parents during the time he traveled to come see me, and I genuinely couldn't go see him. I would cry on call with him every day about how badly I wanted to see him, and this took me around 3 months to recover with his help and reassure. Third of all, I was never rude to W. I do not accept most of their invites to play with them because I don't know any of them properly, and I don't really feel comfortable, and I'm also quite antisocial. I have definitely played with them in the past when it was games I liked. I'm really struggling to understand why W took this so personally, as a lot of people do the same between our friend groups, and I'm not sure why it's different for just me. Another thing is, when me and my boyfriend were only dating for 3-ish months, they asked me to join them on a game they were gonna play, and I agreed. I actually ended up really loving the game, but the friend group never actually showed up to play, and it was mostly my friends from my friend group who started to play with me and my boyfriend because no one else was joining. I was also invited to a group chat by W for this game, but then W and that friend group never spoke in that group chat, and W created another one that excluded me and this other guy that they invited that was not part of their friend group. He also makes a bunch of new different group chats every few weeks that excludes certain people. My boyfriend also never neglected his friends. He still talks to them every single day and hangs out with them for hours and plays with them. However, it's definitely not as much as before he met me, because he and W and some other people would be hanging out like 12 hours a day. W has also gotten upset when half of his friend group started playing with my friend group for 2 months straight, which is how I'm friends with some of that friend group, and accused his friends of ditching him for us, and unfriended all of them at one point, and befriended and apologized to them 2 days later. He has also spoken about my friend group because we hang out with this guy who, when he was 14 to 15, said something weird to a girl. He has said, so the people in that group just don't care about what he has done. That situation happened about almost 4 years ago. After talking with my boyfriend about all of these, my boyfriend is also starting to get pretty upset at W and saying he would probably never hang out with W again. This also caused a chain reaction where my boyfriend has stopped hanging out with his entire friend group because he feels awkward and he doesn't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I feel really bad that I contribute heavily to why my boyfriend and W are not friends anymore and cannot be friends ever again. I'm starting to feel a lot of self doubt, and I think I shouldn't have spoken up about it in the first place, especially because I didn't really even care that much. I was just upset in the moment. Did I overreact?